Hi, I'm Kelly Evans, host of Mama Mystery, and I am here to tell you about another incredible true crime podcast, The Murder Diaries, hosted by Natalie and Paige, two millennial BFFs that actually met on the Bumble BFF app. The two bonded over their love of tacos and true crime on their first date, and now they host the amazing true crime podcast, The Murder Diaries, in an effort to give voices back to the victims. Here is a short clip from one of their most recent episodes. Enjoy!
Debani Susana Escobar Balsaldua was born in northern Mexico in the state of Nuevo Leon. It's about 2.5 hours south of the Texas border. She grew up in Monterrey, the second largest metropolitan area in Mexico and one of the wealthiest in the country, with parents Mario Escobar and Dolores Balsaldua. And when it came time to further her education, she didn't move far away. In the spring of 2022, 18-year-old Debani was a law student at the University of Nuevo Leon. It's clear she had a strong conscience and a kind heart as well as a passion for activism. A few weeks before her death, she joined thousands of women protesting against gender violence. Her father said she attended the feminist march because she always wanted to help people.
Tragically, the justice she was seeking is the same justice that her family is fighting for her today.
On Friday, April 8th, 2022, Debani met up with two other women at a house party in the Nueva Castilla neighborhood in northern Monterrey, not far from where she grew up or attended university. We'll call the two women she met up with at the party acquaintances and not friends of Debani's because reports differ on how close these women knew Debani, and we don't want to speculate. At some point during the party, Debani allegedly got into an argument with one of the acquaintances. It's unclear what their argument was about, but Debani's behavior allegedly became uncharacteristically erratic, and she locked herself in the men's bathroom. Around 1:20 in the morning on Saturday, April 9th, the woman called whom they called a trusted contact to pick her up and drive her home. Some reports say that it was a taxi driver, and others say it was a DD driver from a ride-sharing service. Regardless, multiple reports say this was a driver hired to take Debani home. The two women then left Debani alone at the party, and the driver Juan David Cuellar, known as Jesus, picked her up. Authorities released a video from the party where Debani was at around 3 in the morning. Street security camera footage shows Debani running away from a man who caught up with her and grabbed her before a group of men surround her. That's when a white car approaches, allegedly driven by Cuellar, and Debani gets in the back seat. A man then talks briefly with the driver before the car drives away with Debani in the back seat. A short time later, security footage shows what appears to be the driver and Debani arguing in the car. According to the driver's explanation, he was trying to get her home address or a guardian's phone number, but she was allegedly angry and refused to give these details. According to Debani's father, other nearby security footage suggested the driver inappropriately touched his daughter. He said he supposed his daughter didn't put up with the harassment and got out of the car. We'll never know exactly what happened in the vehicle. But around 5 a.m. on Saturday morning, Debani got out of the car on a highway that connects Monterrey to a town further north. That's when the driver reportedly took that viral photo of her standing alone on Highway 85. The driver sent the photo to Debani's acquaintances from the party as proof that she was alive when he dropped her off. She was wearing a white tank top, a long brown skirt, black Converse, and a black face mask. The chilling photo, snapped in a second, would soon garner international attention. At the same time, security cameras from a nearby hotel captured footage of a young woman, Debani, getting out of a taxi. She is then seen walking to the side of a trucking company, Alcosa Transports Internationals. Her father believes she likely went there to ask for help. Later, security camera footage shows her walking toward the Nueva Castilla motel. A glimpse of her looking through a restaurant window is the last image of her alive. After hours of trying to get home safely, Debani never made it. Her father, Mario, reported her missing on Saturday, April 9th, when she didn't return home. Unlike thousands of similar cases, Debani's disappearance made headlines due to that photo of her standing alone on the highway, serving as visual evidence of her location that night. The media attention sparked an unusually special operation by the Nuevo Leon State Attorney General's office. Over the course of nearly 2 weeks, the authorities used 200 personnel, search dogs, and drones to find any trace of Debani. And in that time span, they found 5 other bodies of women who had been reported missing, but not Debani. Investigators visited the Nueva Castilla motel, the last place she was seen alive, 4 times, but never found Debani. After 13 days of searching, motel employees reported a fetid smell. Investigators returned to the Nueva Castilla motel for a fifth time on the evening of Thursday, April 22nd, to find Dabani's corpse in the motel's underground water cistern, or water storing tank. It's located about a block and a half south of the transportation company and about a 1-minute walk from where she was last seen alive. Because her body had been submerged for nearly 2 weeks, her body was unrecognizable. She was identified by a cross necklace she was wearing as well as her clothing until DNA testing confirmed it was in fact Dabani. But we've heard there was security camera footage of Dabani walking into the motel. So you're probably wondering, why couldn't investigators have used that to help trace her last steps? Nuevo Leon prosecutor Gustavo Adolfo Guerrero reportedly told the Mexican newspaper Milenio that the hotel's security cameras didn't record footage and were only used for monitoring purposes.
That may have been true, but it turns out there was video taken that night that wasn't uncovered until months later.